Hey everybody, I wanted to give you a quick tour of how I have one of my courses set up on Blackboard so you can see some of the alternate functionalities that we might be able to put into play for the HIIM course we're working on. So this course is called OT 537, and you can tell by the infographic here that it has to do with neurological disorders. And so there is a way to make an intro banner, which I think kind of draws students in. This is the announcements page, so anything that I need to post kind of spur the moment, I can put here. The welcome page is kind of like the front page of the syllabus, and there is a way to put some graphics in there, as you can see that I've done, and then I formatted it so that it looks a lot like the syllabus here with the learning objectives, the getting started checklist, and of course the disability statement there. And I can easily transfer that coding over to another Blackboard site. Another thing over here in the menu is the course information, which I do to show students. That's where I always put the course syllabus. And so here's that. And if you put it in a PDF, they don't have to download it to their desktop. They can just look at it there. Like you can see here. The other thing I put under course information is the course plan. And so that is kind of similar to what we have in eCourseWare, but it just gives an overview of what's due when and when we're going to meet and what those topics will be. The next thing is the course content, and that's where I put a folder for each time the course will meet. And then on the outside of the folder, I put what the topic is, what they have to do before, and then if there are any special notes. And I do that for every single class session, so they know if they're looking for, say, the PowerPoint or a handout. I actually, if I do a PowerPoint, I put it on SlideShare so they can access it that way. But if I have any links to videos or other things that they need to see, or like handouts or articles for them to read, I just put them in the folder for that course date. So it makes it, I think, easy for students to locate instead of having to go around and figure out the where to find that exact thing, and they can kind of just check those things off as they do them. The assignments are exactly what you'd think it is. Again, I have a graphic there, and we can do something like that on theirs if we want to. But I have just the main assignments, and then there's a folder for that. So it shows actually like what the assignment is, if there any rubric or special requirements. I often put an example of something on there, and then they actually can click in that same folder and submit. So it's all in that same place. I tend to do like a course blog. So we could have them do something like that, and all my students have blogs, and so they can just go straight to that, and then it links up to each of their blogs. So we could have them do something like that. I use that in lieu of a discussion board because it's there forever. It's not access limited once the course is over. And then Blackboard offers a calendar that will show due dates to different things on there, and that's it in a nutshell. You can set any of those as the home page. I've played around with it over the years, and it seems like the announcements is the best home page because once they look at that welcome at the beginning of the course, they don't really look at it again. But they look at the announcements and then they go to the course content or assignments a lot. I've gotten a lot of feedback from students saying that this is easier to navigate than some of the other courses they have had in Blackboard. I'll show you another one of mine. It'll come up. So there's the announcements page. Again, it's a graphic. And I keep them basically the same. So like that one, you can see it's crossed out. That one, the students don't see. So I could delete that or whatever too. But again, the welcome is going to look really similar. Different graphic, but the same like HTML there. And I also have an OT talk where, because we talk in this course about responsible and professional use of social media as a healthcare professional. And so I actually have it linked up to my Twitter feed, and they can see that I use that for, professional purposes. And then again, the blog that they can see, and the course content, and it's the same as the other course. So I like the way the HIIM program does it consistently between courses, but I think there is a better way that'll be easier for students to navigate and maybe put a little more pizzazz in there. That would be my recommendation from my initial takes. So we can talk about that tomorrow. Thanks.